Hello, I'm dyeing my hair. I just cut it, and this color is the same as this one, but it's gonna turn black. But I look like an egg. Hello, good morning. So, today is one of the days I have to leave my house. So right now I'm at my family doctor's office to pick up my prescriptions. And then I'm gonna go to the pharmacy and buy my meds. Today is July 22nd, so D-6. Bye. Also, yesterday I cut and dyed my hair. So that's already crossed off the list as well. Freshened up my undercut, dyed my hair. Okay, bye. Hello, so is this better? Not really. Anyway, I picked up my prescription, I bought my meds, so now I don't have to leave my house anymore until 2 days before the flight to do my COVID test, and then that's it. So I don't have to leave my house anymore apart from the COVID test. So this self-quarantine has been like pretty steady, except for like the essential things like the vaccine, the medication, and the COVID test. So yeah, today is still the same day. I don't know if I said what day it is. Wait. Yeah, it's the 22nd, so 6 days away. Since I'm leaving at 5:30 in the morning, it's kind of like 5 days and a half. So, but my flight leaves at 11. So, yeah, 5 days and a half, 6 days. Okay, update done. Next time you'll see me, probably it will be either me going to get COVID tested or packing my backpack, because everything is packed except for the things I'm still using, but probably going to show you what I'm taking in my backpack. But yeah, okay, bye. Não, agora é hora de papar. Papa aqui.
Você fazer carinho, fala. Enquanto eu papo. Fala, não tem jantar dançante? Tem almoço com carinho. É? Não é? Não é? Não pegou. Vai.
So today is July 25th, which means my trip is 3 days away. Today I spent my day with my mom. She cleared her schedule because sometimes she has to work on the weekend. And she cleared her schedule to spend some time with me. Then we watched the Olympics. She wanted to eat some pizza with me, so we ate some pizza. And then we watched some Bangtan stuff. Today has been a weird day for me, like mood-wise. I don't know. I felt very like annoyed during the day. I don't know if it's annoyed. I don't know how I felt, but it was a weird day for me, like mood-wise. But I forgot to take my antidepressants yesterday, so maybe that's why. Yeah, maybe that's why. Or it's just because the trip is coming up and it's a lot for my little autistic brain to handle. But yeah, D-3. So today's Sunday. Tomorrow is when I get my COVID test. I mean, Sunday has just started. It's like literally midnight. So I still have Sunday to go through. And then on Monday I have my COVID test. I have to check in for my first flight and for the Airbnb. And then I have quite a lot of stuff to do on Monday, but the time consuming one is the COVID test, because I have to drive to Monza. It's not in Milan. I have to drive to Monza and come back, and then I think because I have to ask for the express result, it comes out in less than 24 hours, so I'm gonna probably get it on Tuesday morning or Monday evening. And then Tuesday is going to be a day of like just checking everything, check that I have everything I need. My bags, my luggage that I'm gonna check is already packed and locked. I'm not gonna touch it anymore. I've already checked it 1,000 times. So after I get my COVID test, I can finalize packing my backpack. It's pretty much packed already, but since I need like the COVID test results and stuff that I'm using, like my charger, my Kindle, laptop, and stuff like that, I'm gonna do it on Tuesday, because on Wednesday the taxi is gonna come by at 5:30 in the morning, and it's like half an hour till the airport, so I'm gonna get there at 6, and my flight is at 11, so I'm going with like a lot of time to spare, which is what I always do anyway, but like now because of COVID, I don't know if there's anything, like maybe I'll need extra time, or I always like to have spare time and just in case something happens. So yeah, so Sunday I don't have anything to do today, and then Monday busy day, Tuesday the final day to check everything, and Wednesday is go time. It's supposed to rain. It said it's gonna rain, but it's not gonna rain like a lot, so I'm counting on it, and also counting on my COVID test to be okay. Should be okay. I've been quarantining, so yeah, that's my update for today. My mood is weird. I don't know why, but it's probably the antidepressant that I forgot and the fact that the trip is almost here. But yeah, update done. I'll see you on Monday for the COVID test. Bye. Hello. Good morning. Today is Monday, July 26th, which means it's D-2. Also, my mask is like so tight that it's kind of like pulling on my eye. I probably look weird. Anyway, I am on my way to do the final thing before I travel, which is my COVID test. Last night, or no, two days ago, I started like researching to see if I needed to prepare or do anything before the test. And I saw that you shouldn't eat or drink or smoke before the test. But the problem is that the information that I found was like, it varied from 12 hours to half an hour. So I decided to go with 12 hours, so I haven't eaten or drank water or smoked in 12 hours. And currently I'm like suffering very hard because I haven't had my morning cigarette yet. But yeah, I am on my way to the clinic to get tested. They said you shouldn't like brush your teeth either or use mouthwash, so I tried to like follow the instructions that I found. So yeah, I'm hoping everything is gonna go well. I'm gonna arrive there a bit earlier as usual. I've already confirmed my taxi appointment, and I've also confirmed I've checked in with the Airbnb, because you don't necessarily have to check in, you just have to like look at the information that the host sends you. So they send you like a picture of the building, how you can go inside, the door code, etc., etc., etc. They also sent me like instructions like where is the key to the rooftop, because where I'm staying has a rooftop, because it's on the last floor. And since I smoke, I figured I needed a place where I could smoke because I can't go outside. So I got an Airbnb with a rooftop. So they also sent me the information of like where is the key for the rooftop. But yeah, now tonight I have to check in for the flights. The first flight, I think I can check in at 11 p.m. and then the second flight I can check in like 4 hours after that or 5 hours after that. So I'll see. But yeah, I'm on my way to the clinic, hoping my COVID test will go well. It should go well. I've been quarantining. I'm vaccinated, so yeah, wish me luck. I'll try to film it during the test, but I don't know, because I already hate the doctors and I already get so overwhelmed. But I'll try my best. So yeah, I'll talk to you soon, probably after I've had my morning cigarette or during the test. Yeah. Hello, I arrived. I'm 15 minutes early as usual. But look, I painted my nails again, but this time I did a combo of 2. Looks pretty cool, right? I don't know, I think so. Now I'm thinking, cause where's the microphone? Hello. Anyway, now I'm thinking, cause the clinic offers like 3 types of tests, like the normal one, the express one, which is like guaranteed until 24 hours, and the super duper whatever, that's like 12 hours. And the first one I can't do because it's like 48 hours. So I'm torn between the express and the super express. So like guaranteed 24 hours or guaranteed 12 hours. But the thing is, when you have anxiety, you start to think about like the most absurd things. So like I was thinking, if I do the 12 hours exam, what if they do it in a rush? And then if they do it in a rush, my test is gonna be fucked up. You know, you think about these random things. Like for example, today I didn't put perfume on because I thought that if I inhaled the perfume, it would like fuck up my test, and it would make my sample not analyzable or whatever. You know, like when you have anxiety, you just think about the stupidest things. But now I'm kind of torn. I don't know if I should do the 12-hour one or the 24-hour one. Because it's not 24 hours before 24 hours. So I think I'm gonna go with the 24-hour one. Not even because of the money, just because it's like the standard. So yeah. Anyway, now I have to wait like 40 minutes, 45 minutes, because you can only go inside. I mean, they only call you when it's 5 minutes before your appointment, and if you're waiting outside for your thing, you can't, you have to keep social distancing and stuff. But I don't know how many people are waiting outside, so I don't want to risk it and stay close to people, especially because it's a COVID testing thing. So it means people think they have COVID, unless it's people like me that are gonna travel. But it's a risky environment because they think they have COVID, right? So I should stay in the car for as long as I can and only go upstairs 5 minutes before my appointment, which is when they allow you to go inside. I forgot my Kindle though, because I've already packed it in my backpack. But I mean, it should be fine. I can entertain myself. So apparently you just have to wait until your your appointment number shows up on the screen. And like I said, there's a lot of people, so I'm keeping my distance. And I think it's gonna be late, to be honest, because it's still 11:20, the number TA 11:20, and my number is TA 11:50. So I think they're gonna be late. I don't know. They're late. I don't like it when they're late. It's already 10 minutes past my appointment, and I still think I'll stay here for at least 20 minutes waiting until I go inside. Well, guess I'll have to smoke 2 cigarettes from my morning cigarette to make up for it. Okay, so I'm done. It took literally 3 seconds. She said it was gonna be fastidioso, not painful but annoying. It was pretty chill, man, to be honest. They do the throat first, and then they do each nostril, and my result is gonna come out tomorrow in 24 hours. So that I chose to go with the standard one. I told them all of the requirements that the Korean government asks, so passport, date of birth, all of the requirements, and Yeah. Okay. Um, I'm gonna pay now for the parking. Love capitalism and smoke my cigarette and go home. Also, fun fact, when the lady was taking my sample, she was like, "Oh, if only everyone was like you." I mean, positive sides of being autistic, like I feel no pain. I was just very uncomfortable with the situation of like being in the presence of a doctor, but the fact that like she fucking shoved like a swab up my brain or whatever, like that really doesn't matter to me. It was more the fact that it was like close to a doctor. But it was so funny how she was like, "Oh, if only everyone was like you." And I'm like, "Yeah, lady, you have no clue." Okay, so I got the notification that my COVID test was done. But it was only supposed to be tomorrow, so I don't know. I go, whew. Negative! Woo! Yes! Oh! Oh my god! Oh my god! Oh my god. Okay, now I have to print it. Real-time PCR negative, nasopharyngeal swab negative. Oh! Oh my god, I'm negative. I am gonna go to Korea. Also, right after I got my COVID result, I checked in for the flight. So I thought I was gonna have to check in separately for each flight, but I was able to check in for both flights at once. So that's already done. So now I literally have nothing on my list, on my to-do list, except for like put my things that I'm using in my backpack. It's crazy. Like it's D-1. I'm going to Korea tomorrow. Like I'm checked in. I got my vaccine. I got my COVID test result. It's crazy. I have nothing on my to-do list except for the backpack. Also, I'm finishing watching a movie that I started, and then after that I'm gonna go to my mom's room because she asked me to sleep with her in her room, which is what my brother did before he left for Brazil. So I'm gonna go and sleep with her and Baba in her room. But yeah, also tomorrow I have nothing to do except for finish packing my backpack. I'm gonna check my carry-on one last time to see that I'm bringing like all of my meds, how many cigarette packs I'm taking. I'm gonna check the weight of it for one last time. I think I'm a bit overweight with the luggage, but just because of my backpack. But I'm hoping the lady at the counter is nice, and also I don't think the flight is gonna be full, so I don't think that's gonna be a problem. I hope that's not gonna be a problem. So, and then tomorrow I'm gonna film what I'm taking with me in my backpack, and that's it. And then I go to sleep. Probably won't be able to sleep because of like nerves and anxiety and like excitement. And then the taxi is gonna arrive at 5:30. and then the journey starts. But yeah, D-1. Hello. I just woke up. I'm gonna show you what I'm taking in my backpack because everything else is packed. I've weighted everything and I'm overweight because of my backpack. So I'm hoping that the lady at the counter or the person at the counter is nice. Hopefully. But I also think the number of people on the flight is like reduced, so I don't think it would be a problem. But yeah. This is my backpack. So I have my army kit pin. Then I have my army kit tag with a Bubba picture. And then this is a Pangtan. I don't remember where this is from. I think it's from Summer Package. It's like a keychain. And then down here, I have my chimney and my cookie. So this is my backpack. I bought it for the trip. I've never used it before. It's brand new. So, toiletries that are up to 100 ml. Pretty heavy. And I have my army bomb because I need to carry it close to me. These are all like my charging cables, like for the Kindle, for my Fitbit, for, you know, like USB, speakers, earphones, that kind of stuff. So it's all in one little box. Then this is the case for my teeth guard. So in case I need to take it off. This is my camera charger, like my DSLR camera charger. Then I have my headphones. These are just like JBL headphones in case the earphones start to hurt my ears. And I have a spare mask. I have like a bunch of spare masks on my jet bag and also in my carry-on, so shouldn't be a problem. This is the gift that my favorite student gave to me, the student that I consider to be like an aunt to me. So I'm taking this to read on the flight. It's like watercolor and some poetry, or it's really beautiful. Yeah. Then I have my Kindle. With my password. Then I have my planner. And then apart from that is just like the documents that I showed to you before. Then this is like my little jewelry pouch of the stuff that I'm not gonna be wearing. And I have the documents that I showed, I have the money. Then this is my Brazilian passport. This is like my vaccination thing from Brazil, like from when I was a baby and stuff. I don't know, just in case. And then my international driver's license from Italy. So I'm taking this inside of that. My Italian passport is already in my jacket. Also, my wallet is already in my jacket. So this is like the main pocket of. And then wait, I'm gonna put everything back so it's exactly the same way I put it before. The only thing missing here is my laptop and my laptop charger. Everything else is already done. But since I'm going to be using my laptop today, I'm only going to pack it this evening, like when I go to sleep. With the laptop, it's going to be a little bit heavier. But I'm hoping the lady at the counter or the person at the counter is nice. So, let's see. Also, I had to, when I was deciding on which backpack to buy, I had to buy one that's like the sack kind of thing because my laptop is so big. Pera aí, mas tô filmando aqui. Pera aí que eu tô filmando aqui. Like, it's like a movie theater. I bought it because I love watching movies here, so, but the problem is that no backpack fits this. So I had to buy the sack one to fit my laptop. So that's the only thing missing, the laptop charger, and my phone charger. But everything else is here. On the side pockets, on this side pocket, I have my tripod, but I'm using it right now, so. And on this side pocket, I have like COVID things, like hand sanitizer and like wet tissues. I also have a Band-Aid and my lip balm. And then on the tiny pocket, smaller pocket, I have another smartwatch because my mom's going to give it to my girlfriend. Then I have, they were all organized, I promise. I have the Apple earphones, but with the old jack. Then I have the new Apple earphones with the, you know, like the charger jack. That's like actually with my phone. Then I have my power bank that has a picture of my brother from when he was in high school because I wanted to clown him. And then I have a Jungkook sticker. Then I have my old phone. I don't know, like, just in case something happens to my actual phone. Then I have an eraser, a lighter. I call this the little robot to charge my phone. And my wireless buds. But yeah, this is it. Since I'm like over the weight limit, I try to think of things that I can take out from my carry-on and from my backpack, but like I can't take out anything. In fact, I have to add my laptop to this. So, yeah, this is my backpack. And then I just have to add this small thing to the backpack. That's probably gonna add like 2 kilos to it, but we're hoping for the person at the counter to be nice. But yeah, that's all. D minus like not even a day anymore. It's like less than 24 hours. So yeah, that's my backpack. I checked my carry-on. I have all my meds, I have all my cigarettes, I have everything I need there. I tried to take out something there as well, but there was nothing I could take out. So, anyway, bye.